Glenlands is a 242 hectare farm in the Esk Valley, just out of Napier. Dean Martin works here with his parents Gerald and Sue. Dean won the Michael Hay Memorial Award for the top young farm forester at the 2009 Farm Forestry Conference.
Yeah, it's just common sense really. In your management of the farm, you sort of recognise areas where the stock have been a bit harsh on, or it's not growing pasture as it should grow, as the rest of the farm. So it's basically negative production areas that you put the fertiliser on, you're not going to get the return out of the grass from it anyway. So grow some trees and hopefully someone will get to mill them in the future. Over the summer I've used some of my wetland areas and grazed the heifers in there and made use of the grass and through the tree prunings and stuff that I've pruned off the trees over the summer. One of the native blocks, the Regional Council helped us out with that with a 50-50 grant, and also one small forestry block, the Regional Council helped us along with that as well. So they were very good with that, and I've got a couple of projects in the future. I'm going to approach them again and see where we can go and get a bit of help. They're broadening their horizons on what you can actually do as far as riparian and wetlands and that going, where at the start it was basically just for soil conservation. So yeah, we've got a good relationship with the Regional Council here. Most of the native stuff I've grown myself, just collected seed and seedlings around the farm and sort of close proximity, just grovelling around the gorges and finding what's there and finding a few little surprises here and there and collecting seed and seedlings around them, moving them back here and planting them out. Father decided to plant this corner of the farm into pines in '83, just because they're eroding hillsides and it was always an awkward area to muster out as well. And as soon as we put this lane in through here, it made sense to plant it up. Tend to be the really steep stuff has been the native. Stuff that you can still walk over comfortably has been good for pines, and anything where you're having to hang on from one carnuka to the next has been putting natives in. It's quite a mix. Flaxes, cabbage trees, and coprosmas, poro, as far as the natives goes. A lot of rushes and lake club rush, a lot of oaks, pin oaks, English oak, willow oak, holm oak. So you get an acorn drop over a longer period, and chestnuts and ash, dogwoods. By planting off some of these areas, it actually helps improve the pasture growth around the others by providing a bit of shelter from the winds, and what you lose from grazing, you actually increase it on your better areas, and you're just concentrating your fertiliser on your better areas where you're going to get the better response from your fertiliser and other inputs. This here was all part of this paddock, and there's all big drop-offs that we had problems with cattle going over the sides when you got short of feed and you end up losing cattle over them, and so it really needs fencing off just for fun, especially if you're going to intensify any sort of cattle operation. You've got to fence all these areas off, otherwise you're going to lose half of them over there. I hope in the future that the trees I'm planting someone will be able to mill them. It's pretty long term for a lot of these natives. We're talking 200 to 300 years for a lot of the species, but I see it as a resource there on the farm that hopefully someone in the future will get to make use of.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.